Welcome back to Factorio, everybody. We are in episode 33 of the Deathworld multiplayer series with Poober, that's me, and JD.
That's also her.
And we're over here at the kovarex enrichment factory because since last episode we've done a little bit of debugging off camera, so to speak.
Troubleshooting.
Yeah, where I actually took a blueprint of this and put it into my test world and did some testing, and I think we've come up with the solution, or at least discovered the problem.
So that was her trouble, and I just shot the combinators, and that was my troubleshooting. Done.
Yes.
Solved. Yes.
So we were gonna, I guess let's fix this first, and then we were gonna talk about the differences between JD's setup, which is this one down here, and then of course my very complicated combinator, supposedly smart setup, which wasn't so smart as of last episode.
The working system versus the non-working system. Yes.
Correct. So to run down real quick what was wrong last episode with the kovarex enrichment processing thingy. So normally we're supposed to have it count between these inserters and this box over here, so that once 40 is reached with the U235, it will stay in this box, but then start spitting out the excess with this inserter here. And then the 40 gets recycled back into the centrifuge. But what was happening was that the uranium-235 was just staying in here instead of recycling and feeding back into itself.
It was getting confused. Some was going in the machine, some was sitting in the box. It was a horrible mess.
Yes, so it was a nightmare. It didn't have anything to do with priming. So those of you who mentioned in the comments that you thought that was the issue, that is not. But we did find
I
the
didn't
issue.
break it. I didn't break it with Upgrade Planner out either. I just want to get that in there.
Correct. And I don't think I technically broke it either. I think it was a problem with the blueprint. So neither of us are at fault this time.
Semi-known bug.
Yeah. So basically, I think we've discovered that sometimes for some reasons when uploading or exporting blueprints or using blueprints or whatever in the game, it doesn't always get brought over correctly. And we noticed in particular it's an issue with the wires. So it all had to do with this one stupid combinator up here missing a wire going from left to right in this case. So theoretically, that should fix it. But we're going to be smart and actually just blueprint over the entire thing this time instead of doing it all by hand.
And then this wire will magically appear.
Yes.
It didn't magically appear. Oh, no, it's over this one.
Yeah,
This one.
it did. So all of these other ones should be fixed now. Yep, they are. Yes. It looks like it. Not that we have the uranium-235 to prime it, unfortunately. Because,
that's right. You're stealing. Give me. Oh, it's stole more. No.
What?
It's stealing my uranium. It's stealing my uranium.
What is? Oh, yeah.
We're making nuclear fuel. Nuclear fuel. Like we need that stuff.
Right. But basically, so we need to hoard our uranium-235 for a minute. We'll get 40 again eventually, and then prime these guys back. And then it should theoretically start working, and we can demonstrate how it's working. But that is kind of the downside to a supposed, like, air quotes, smart setup like this, is that if it's too smart, you don't know how to fix it.
Knows how to fix it.
And meanwhile, so JD and I were talking off camera. This is his setup over here. So do you want to talk about this?
So we spent an hour, I think, troubleshooting this lovely smart system. And in that hour, I put down this in the previous episode. We finally got enough uranium to prime this. And in the hour of fixing this one, this little box filled up with 2.4k shiny rocks.
Was it that much? There's no way it's that much.
It filled the belt, remember?
I remember it mostly filling the belt, yes.
And then we had to put on power to this these two inserters, and then it filled the box.
Yeah.
This is a dumb smart system. And it literally... Oh, actually, no, because we put down a few more machines, because the first one was full. Mm-hmm. So it literally takes the 238 and makes sure it outputs onto the side of the belt that's not full. And if I intentionally put some in the machine, you can see it's going to spit that out. And that'll be the first loaded into the belt if the belt was moving, if one of these machines was actually running. Same thing applies to the 235. If I take that out and feed it to said box, it's going to load it. Oh, she's got some shiny rocks. She's stealing all the shiny rocks.
Oh, me? No, I didn't have any on me.
No? Okay.
I wish I did.
So yeah, it feeds it onto the top side of the belt, but when the machine outputs, it outputs onto the far side of the belt. So it can't back up itself. Eventually it can back up its own belt, but it takes time. And honestly, if the belt's backed up with shiny rocks, you're done. You're set. You know, there's nothing else to it. It does have this lovely little catch-all box that will eventually get some uranium. Yeah, eventually fill up with uranium. But yeah, it's a dumb system. It's run on side-loading belts, which means it just runs forever. And, you know, once the first one's done, you blueprint it. The only catch with this system is because there's no smarts involved, rather than having just 40 in the machine, it'll actually hold 80. It'll hold its current craft. It'll do its current craft costing 40 and then have another 80 in the machine. So another for another 2 crafts. But every assembler, every oil refinery, chem plant automatically has in its own internal buffer up to 2 crafts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something you've got to be careful of, I guess. But once the first one's running and you see it running, you just come back 10 minutes later and pull out the extra 40 and physically feed it into the second machine.
Right.
Because it's outputting before it's inputting, generally its own 40 gets cycled over and over into itself. And you'll have 40, then 41, then 42, then 43, all in the same machine. And if I put another machine right beside it and then do the same thing, this one will have its own 40. It'll keep running back and forth until it finally has, 82 left over, and that extra one finally ends up running down the belt to the next machine. And yeah, smart dumb system. I love it. It's plain. It's simple. You can add beacons. Yeah. Done.
So we
and
can't
more importantly,
really...
if something breaks, anybody can fix it.
Right. You can't really mess this up.
Correct.
While on the other hand, you can definitely mess up the circuitry, all the wires, all the combinators up here. This system won't jam. It definitely looks cool. It's definitely more complicated. But yeah, there's not really too much of an advantage of one versus the other. It's just personal preference. With that said, this should be working once we get enough 235 to prime it. I want to make sure that we don't accidentally have it going back into these guys.
No, I killed everything.
Okay, good.
I killed everything.
Wait, what did you do to kill it? Oh, you got rid of the inserter. Oh, you should have just capped it off. But okay, that's fine. Okay, so...
But then it would store 2 full crafts in the machine. We just went over that. There'd be 2 shiny rocks in this one and 2 shiny rocks in that one. That's 4 shiny rocks.
Have it your way.
We only need 17 more.
Okay, so I'm going to, instead of feeding it into my centrifuges, we'll feed it into yours since you already have it, like, mostly over halfway primed.
Yeah, there's a requested chest. And magic shiny rocks will get there eventually. Yeah, and it turns out, my mistake, I apologize, I didn't know, that when you cancel a recipe or change a recipe of anything, what's actually being crafted, you don't get refunded. I
didn't
had
know
no
that
idea.
either. I swear I've upgraded assemblers in the past though, and I've gotten the ingredients back.
Upgrading them, no, because we keep the same recipe, so nothing's changed.
Okay.
So it just keeps doing what it was doing. But I changed the recipe, and I've changed recipes before, and I've got stuff back, and I've just assumed that when I've got stuff back, it also includes what it's currently crafting.
Yeah.
But no, that's the extra 2 crafts that's got sitting in its buffer. That, normally by then you don't care about what's sitting in the buffer. It's never important.
Right.
And it just comes back to haunt us just this one time.
Yeah. That's something I didn't know either, so now we know.
Yep. Yeah, few thousand hours of the game and you learn something new.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that is enough demo, enough fixing. You guys have seen enough kovarex enrichment stuff for the last couple episodes. In terms of this factory here, this, like I said, should theoretically be fixed. I just have to add in, more centrifuges, which I'll build in my pocket. But what else do we have on the docket for today?
I'm going to go back to an episode ago making a Make Everything that I was told was horrible and I should have blueprinted and I shouldn't be making it by hand, so I went and blueprinted it.
Were you told this by me?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's blame it on a viewer.
I think it was, we don't need that. We currently have red belt. Everything is fine. We don't need to make everything. And I'm like, hang on. Either of us building at the moment? No. Is this why we have red belt? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, technically we already have production up here, and it's getting plenty of throughput of the iron gear wheels, but, I mean, more isn't going to hurt anything, that's for sure.
So, I have my own single-player game that I've just started, doing as many rockets per minute as possible, and I made and make almost everything. So, conveniently, I'm now going to blueprint it into this game.
Oh, you brought the blueprint over?
Yes. Did I do it prior? No. I literally, as we started recording, I went and loaded up the other game whilst running this game to then copy the blueprint and paste the blueprint. Done!
Oh, wait. Have you been putting speed modules into the centrifuges here?
Yes, I just did.
Oh, you did? Okay. I was confused as to whether I did that or not. All right. I'm glad to know I'm not just crazy.
No comment.
Okay. Fair enough. All right.
Okay.
And then we've been researching the atomic bomb.
Forever.
Forever. Let's see. How is science? We're
So
lacking
this is something
purple.
this is something we miss in Pooba single player. You don't get the snarky comebacks and the different accents that pop in and pop out.
When I play by myself, I have no one to make fun of apart from myself.
Well, I've been watching the Sims series, which I'm still waiting on a second episode unless it's come out overnight. And I don't know about it.
It came
yet.
out yesterday. And then
Okay.
episode
So-
3 is already recorded and will be coming out next weekend as well.
So again, my overnight. Yep, this is why I don't know about it yet. I haven't actually looked at YouTube yet because it's late afternoon for you and first thing in the morning for me.
Yep.
Because time zones. So yeah. But even then, we don't get snarky pooper comments about Kelly.
About
what we
Sim
need.
Kelly, you mean?
No, Kelly.
Kelly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Either Kelly. Okay, so that's that. This belt I know is iron, but that's all I remember. This is not going to lead to any problems whatsoever.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can help purple science at all. What can we do to help purple? Ooh, okay, so we're mostly running out of the furnaces. Furnaces are running out of red circuits. Red circuits, what are these? Oh god, the lag.
It's entirely your fault.
The lag?
Yeah.
Sure, JD, if you say so.
Yep, it's got nothing to do with the high quality
look
Australian
at our
internet.
power. Our
Oh, that's
power.
right. We have power problems, and then I kept building. Yep.
Our power is pooping.
Yeah, we were going to add a solar. What happened to that?
Oh gosh, that's such an investment, you know?
It is, but it does take care of power problems. You know what you should do? Nuclear power build.
We should. We do have a couple fuel cells, I guess, technically. We have 20. Do you have a little fuel reactor build that you can place down that you like?
You take your reactor, then you add heat pipes, and then you add 4 heat exchangers, and then off each heat exchanger you add 2 turbines. Done. No, I don't blueprint anything. I build everything by hand.
Well, see,
I have nothing.
I've made my own nuclear reactor facilities in the past, but they've always been like 32 nuclear reactors or something like ridiculous. So I've never
Think
done
you
it
might
like
need
on
to
a small
cut it
scale.
shorter. think you need to cut it just a little bit tinier. Just slim it down a little bit. You know, we don't need 32 gigawatts at this stage.
I think we do.
Okay, all right, you build it. You build it.
No, because building it requires... Then I have to make everything by hand.
Yes. Yes, or you could automate it.
I think maybe I'll do that.
Meanwhile, power's crashing.
I know. Okay, so in the meantime, let's do another steam engine setup. Just so we can survive, because we've been in the yellow.
Just patch the problem. Patch the problem and hope it doesn't.
Yeah, we'll put a Band-Aid on it temporarily.
Yeah.
Nothing ever bad happened after that.
Okay, if I assume... That's steel. Okay, I know which belt steel is. Have no idea where steel is on this little not bus thing, but... Oh, it's conveniently right there. Good job, Jedi. Okay. Still have no idea what this belt is. Copper. It's copper. Which Pooba didn't bring forward. What did you do?
Nothing.
See, this is why I have to watch the Pooba episodes. And my own. No, I don't have to watch my own. I sort of know what happens. But it's little noises that you go, okay, I'm really curious what happened now.
My husband...
This is why we...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. This is why we provide the sync view. So you can see what happens.
I was to say, my husband says that I'm not very good at being very communicative when bad stuff goes wrong. Because I just kind of make weird noises.
I agree.
Okay, that's that problem solved. Let's blueprint this thingy.
So your way of dealing with bad things happening is making weird noises.
Yeah.
Does that help? Does that help anything?
I think it's just like something bad happens, so I'm just like overwhelmed that I have no words. That's what happens.
Uh-huh. Brick. Oh, no, hang on. Brick still goes this way. Oh, and then it merges with something. Oh, great. How the hell to get that brick from there over to...
What are you... Oh, you're still working on your little...
It's done.
Make something?
It makes something. It technically needs brick to make steel furnaces. And what else is this brick used for? Oh, and it needs stone from train tracks. So really, stone's the important one. And that is equally 15,000 miles away. But buried under less spaghetti. Let's just get the stone. We'll forget the brick. We'll just get the stone. It means it won't make refineries, and when Pooba complains that she needs to upgrade oil and asks, is that automated? I'll say, of course it is. You just need to hook up the brick from the end of electric furnaces, where it merges with steel, and then you need to hook it up and run it all the way through. So there's no.
See, you make weird noises too.
Yeah, I do. I ran into a Pooba build, and I'm like, nope, I'm not going through that. I'm going to go around.
You're not even touching it. Let's see. How many are here? 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I need 2 water inputs. Okay.
I ran into a Pooba build, which means you just go around it. Easier. You'll have less nightmares. It'll be fine.
Do we not have steam engine? Oh, I bet we don't. Gosh, all this stuff. What?
We don't have steam engines automated. It is, I believe, the second time
that I've asked that.
That you've complained it's not automated, and I said no, we'll do solar or something else. Or I've done power and I've just handcrafted them silently. Without complaining. See, complain.
Our past mistakes come back to haunt me.
Yeah, it's called belt braiding. repeatedly.
That has nothing to do with not automating something.
No. You're talking about things coming back to haunt us. Yep. Weird pooper sounds.
Did I?
Weird pooper
Oh,
sounds.
shoot. I'm building. Oh, man. I'm such an idiot sometimes. I went about building a steam turbine instead of a steam engine.
Good news. You can
Smart
put down
move.
one of those and not use 2 steam engines.
Too late. I'm already doing it. It's already blueprinted. It's gonna get built the way God intended. Or I intended.
Hang on. We're polluting the planet and killing the natives. What part did God intend?
I am God in this game.
Oh boy. Oh, we're all in trouble. Hang on, I better cancel the research for nuclear weapons.
But
I do not need a whole bunch of ammo in my inventory. Okay, so I make almost everything, which does not make steam engines. Would you like me to add steam engines?
yeah.
Okay, what the hell do steam engines need? Iron and gears?
We have
Pipe.
oh.
We can go with that. Pumps.
We could put a little assembler up there actually, maybe. Yeah, I can do it. Maybe. Unless you already are like halfway done with it.
Completely done with it.
Oh, good job. So, maybe I can do the boilers, the pipe and stone furnaces.
And if we ever make any red circuits, ever, it'll eventually make passive providers and request the chests. Eventually.
Well, part of the reason why we're not making red circuits is because we don't have enough power to do so.
Seems mildly infuriating and unimportant. So you tell me I shouldn't run Upgrade Planner over more stuff?
Do what you gotta do.
Oh, I don't have to. I just, like, you know, thought I might as well whilst I'm here. Oh, it's that oil outpost that keeps getting eaten.
Yeah. When is it not the oil outpost?
It's a later problem.
Yeah. Which I got quite a bit of grief. My last Factorio episode, which I don't blame anybody. It was a hard video for me to edit because of this, but I didn't respond to a biter problem quick enough, like for like half the episode.
And they ate everything?
Well, they ate everything, and I was okay with them, the biters eating everything. But meanwhile, the alerts were like...
annoying.
Yeah. So, sorry, you guys. It was annoying for me too. I won't let that happen again.
Yeah. See, okay, so my current community map, which launched since our last recording, maybe? I can't remember. No, it would have launched just before our last recording session. So my current community map is Hot Potato in Space. So we've got the space exploration mod, which means, like, this morning before we were doing this, I was in that game up in space, which is fun. It's great. It's awesome. Except JD being JD also has a hot potato mod, and this is why it's called Hot Potato in Space, because somebody has to be the hot potato. And every 30 minutes, roughly, biters dig up from around in the ground at like max zoom level. They'll come out at like right along the edges of the screen, and they'll charge at one player, and they just have to kill that one player, nothing else. Unfortunately, biters don't work in space. So to get around this, if nobody's on the planet, they come in and they attack spawn.
Oh.
And one biter, like, we've landmined and put down lasers all over spawn. But one biter somehow decided to live. And went over and walked over to the solar field, which is currently probably bigger than our whole walled-off base. It's probably 3 times the size of our walled-off base. And took out power, and then took out some solar, and then took out some power, and then the lasers didn't have any power, so then he's wandered through some lasers, and then invited friends to come help, and for 30 minutes I've been ignoring it. One biter has taken out like 5 solar fields and half a wall.
Oh.
And I've been listening to that sound for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So rather than solving the problem, because I was in space, not on the planet, I probably exited the game. So have fun, whoever logs on next.
I know. Oh boy.
It's a community map. It's one of the joys of community maps. You can go, not my problem.
Mm-hmm.
By the same token, you can say, is this done? I need to go look at this, and then turn around 30 seconds later and find out, you've gathered up the assemblers and the belt and all the stuff you need to do. And it's been magically done because you were not fast enough.
Right. That is a bonus.
It is. It is one of the better parts of the community maps. Oh, we need copper. I'll go get some miners and a belt and a train and everything else. And, it's done. We've got a new copper outpost. Great. I'm going to go make another one because I just spent 20 minutes getting all the materials. There's a random box out here full of stuff. Go away, random box. Oh, hang on. You've got belt. Give me. How to fix that?
Okay, I'm gonna siphon green circuits here. I'm trying to help out red circuits.
I had a whole other idea on how to help out red circuits.
How?
See that ammo belt that I ghosted in? Up there?
Where? No?
Above the poober.
Ammo
She's
belt.
broken it already.
Ammo belt?
See the ammo belt. The ammo belt.
Oh, yeah, the ear. Yes,
belt, yeah.
uh-huh.
And then right where you just put that red circuit build, I was going to put a couple of green circuit builds because we have a copper dedicated copper and iron and right there, and you can even make it pretty and build it north, and it'd just work. And somebody might have put a red circuit build in the way.
I guess I should have asked.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Fine. But maybe turn that 90 degrees. And isn't the problem not enough green circuits?
No, actually.
Really?
Yeah, look at it. Look, the problem partly has been power, which we're fixing. But yeah, check out, we're at max red circuit production right now.
It's the build not long enough.
Yeah, we just don't have enough of it.
Okay, so there is somewhere in the network, don't ask me where, bots are really good at finding stuff in the network, like 700 speed 1 modules. I don't know why. I'm guessing the chest might not have been capped. But if you throw that all the red circuit build, it'll probably go a little bit faster.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to place this 90 degrees vertically to make you happy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was going to make a lot more green circuits.
You know what? Ever since kovarex enrichment processing has been kind of broken and we fixed it, we've been like a team. We've been so team-oriented.
So what you're telling me is we've just got to terribly break something and then it's all about team power, right?
Yeah. And I mean, now there's... How are we ever going to be able to kill each other, you know? You and I are bonded.
I've got plans. It's fine.
Oh, no. I'm just kind of scared.
I also updated the scenario code, finally. So now the shared damage disappears when we research the silo. So there you
Good.
Go. I did stuff. Well, I had somebody else do stuff, but that counts.
So that the shared damage works prior to us fixing that.
No, it's still subtracted because of armor. And there is no easy fix for that. There is a brutal fix, and it's like after we get the research for heavy armor, damage just gets multiplied. If you're wearing the armor or not. You know, because we can't do that check to see whether you're wearing the armor. You just get a multiplication of damage. And then you do the same thing when you unlock each one of the different armors. So if you unlock power armor, you'd have like a, I don't know, 50 times multiplier on how much damage you take to make sure it's still shared. Which means if you get shot once in the head wearing power armor, you're perfectly fine. but the people that are standing around naked without power armor would probably instantly die from a single pistol wound to somebody else.
Huh.
So, you know, pros and cons. Pros and cons.
Okay. Oh, boy.
I think I know where all the speed modules came from.
Where?
Somebody built this great big beacon build. I'm pretty sure they capped it for, like, I'm building a mega base. Not, I'm poor.
You're talking about... Oh.
One that has 101 efficiency 2 modules.
Yeah,
Just in case we needed, like, an extra 4 power armors.
Exactly. You never know. Who knows, we might get, like, a guest on this multiplayer series one day, and they would need armor. I thought I capped off stuff,
Let me check. Oh, we've got 70 speed module too. So the good news is we can have up to 3 guests. The 4th one would just be a pleb. Can I cap the efficiency module build?
The efficiency, it already is pretty much. There.
Oh, I had a different way of capping it.
That's already capped. I do want productivity though, so...
Yeah, 22 is not going to get us very far, but I like the enthusiasm. Okay, so that's meant to have green circuits. This belt that doesn't have... There's no green circuits. You fixed it! Red circuits are running better. There's no green circuits left. At all. They all got eaten.
Good, at least I fixed it.
Uh-huh.
Actually, what I did, I split the blue circuits so that they're actually going on both sides of the lane. So the blue circuits are the culprit here. So once the blue circuits kind of stabilize, even out, then it'll go back to normal.
Blueprints.
You know what though? I hate putting speed modules into my red circuit build, or into your red circuit build here.
Is it because it's my build, or it's just because you hate doing it?
Oh, well, I mean, it just feels like it should be productivity.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can have productivity when you make some productivity, Pooba, because it seems that you've wasted lots of energy on efficiency modules.
Yeah.
That's good. We can make things efficient next time we have a brownout.
That's true. I do like to do that. Put efficiency modules in my miners and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, more just need to print down more power. Easy fix. So I had a blueprint in my hand.
Power is in the green, but I don't think that's because we've increased power by 10. I think it's partly, I don't know why. Maybe we're just not getting as attacked as often. Oh, well, I guess the steam engine setup is filling in. All right, well, I think we're probably going to have to cut it here.
Yes.
At least for me. And then that will mean for next episode, I think we'll be better on power by then. Red circuits will be better. And then we can check out and see if we have the uranium-235 we need for the priming for next episode.
Yes. Yes, and I'll build a green circuit. So, thank you guys for watching. You're meant to be your outro, Pooba. There you go. I'm back.
Thanks, you guys. We'll plan on seeing you for episode, I think it's what, 34?
Yeah, I'm still not that old.
All right, bye, you guys.
Bye.